Hello and welcome to Tree Tuesday, an ongoing series with the Allegheny County Parks and me, naturalist Katie Stanley, where we will talk about a different tree you can find in our parks every week. This week's tree is the American Chestnut, and I am standing in North Park's American Chestnut Grove, which is located next to J.C. Stone Field. So the American Chestnut is a beautiful deciduous tree that can be identified by its long, slender leaves that have pointed hooks on the tips of its margins. It also can be identified by its famous fruit, the chestnut, which looks like a burr-covered seed coat and contains about 2 to 3 nuts inside. Now, chestnuts are prized by wildlife and humans alike. In fact, this was a very important tree for people in rural Appalachia to provide a source of income. There's really awesome old photographs that depict rail cars literally overflowing with chestnut trees as they come out of the mountaintops and into the city centers for sale. And that is because this tree at one time was extremely populous in our forested landscapes. In fact, there was an estimated 4 billion American chestnut trees between Maine and Mississippi. And it was said that in the spring when they were in flower, the mountaintops looked like they were covered in snow. So truly amazing trees, and they were prized for their lumber. American chestnuts grow nice and tall and straight, and they're rot resistant, meaning that they were perfect for post and beam construction, railroad ties, and actually 20% of the nation's telephone poles at one time. So you may have noticed that I have been talking in past tense, and that is because unfortunately a lot of our American chestnut trees are now dead due to chestnut blight. So in 1904, a lethal fungus was discovered at the Bronx Zoological Park, and this fungus basically kills chestnut trees by cutting off food and water supply throughout the rest of the tree. Now, because our American chestnuts do not recognize this fungus that is from Asia, they have no natural resistance to it. So it spread really quickly at a rate of up to 50 miles per year, decimating the entire population of American chestnuts. So what can we do to save our chestnut trees? Well, thankfully, there's actually work underway. In 1984, the American Chestnut Foundation was founded with the purpose of restoring the American chestnut tree. Basically, they are crossbreeding with the Chinese chestnut. Because the Chinese chestnut is from Asia, it has a natural resistance to this lethal fungus. So they are breeding and then back-crossing with the Chinese chestnut to have an end result of a chestnut tree that is almost entirely American chestnut with a little bit of Chinese chestnut, and therefore that disease resistance. With these amazing efforts, hopefully we can restore our chestnut population to a fraction of what it used to be. Thank you for joining us for another installment of Tree Tuesday. If you have a tree you want us to talk about, you can comment it down below, and hopefully we'll see you on our next video.